Oh, that's exactly what
Yeah. Well, this looks like a big team.
it is. For Wyoming. You know what I'm saying? More fair Cowboys, you know? They played big guys in that tournament we did in Craig that one year. I mean, I swear they had families. Kids at 14 with full beards and 2 kids.
The wives were cheering from the stands. All right, thanks, Jay Hay. Jay is saying it looks good. I appreciate that. Also, anybody watching on YouTube, you can make comments now right onto YouTube. I fixed that little issue. And any comments that you put, I see right on our YouTube screen. So this is our second game of this Twisted Wrister tournament. We won last night, our first game, against the West Elka team from Gunnison. And this game is against Team Wyoming. James next to me, he and I were just saying this team looks big. It might be an under 18 team. Not sure. They got to be a tier 2, I think, to be playing us here. Yeah, so last night's game, Jackson told me after the game that Rhett said it was their most complete game that they played this season. So Colin starts out the season 7-0. Not a bad start. James is knocking on his head, which is, what kind of wood is that?
Mahogany.
No, high grade
It's pretty
mahogany.
hard.
The hardest kind of wood is what James's head is made out of. Sorry, we can't mic up both of us. I'm using my cell phone for this tournament. We're going low tech here because I can't find an Ethernet feed, and the Wi-Fi is pretty darn slow, so we can't use our better equipment. So if James shouts, he can maybe be heard through my headphones. Anyway, just a little bit about last night's game. As I said, Collins came out on top, 5-2. Goals for Jackson Siegel, CJ Sarles, Weston Nerby, Merrick Bellis, and Dylan Heiss. Assists for Jackson Merrick, Keegan Ty, Cole, and Bucky. And there were 4 minor penalties handed out to Fort Collins players through the course of the game. Minor penalties to Kyler, CJ, Keegan, and Ty. Collins gathered around their netminder. They do a little cheer, and they're headed over to their bench. We're the home team for this game as well. Game 2 today will be later on. I think it's at 6:45, I believe, against a team we've already played, FHA Chatfield, I believe. We've already played them and beaten them, but every tournament's different. So not sure who's going to get the start here in goal. It looks like it's going to be Hayden Stoltz starting out in the net. That line of Kyler, Isaac, and Matt Yunker is going to start. Isaac loosening up. Looks like a figure skater out there. Keegan and Ty Morris are going to start at defense. 17 minutes in this first period, and we are underway. Collins wins the faceoff, but gives it away. Puck sent out in front, but steered aside by Hayden. Shot doesn't get through. Blocked down by Ty. Puck right on the doorstep. That puck, that did not go in. That is amazing. That puck was right on the goal line. Hayden loses his stick. He's playing without his stick right now. Someone needs to get it to him, and that puck cleared all the way down by Keegan for an icing. Wow, interesting way to start this game.
On the line.
It was on the line, and it was sitting there right on the goal line, waiting for somebody to tap it in, either on purpose or by mistake. And I guess it never went in. The referee was right there staring down at the goal line, and it did not go in, apparently, according to him. That comes back to Wyoming. Shot just misses wide. Puck comes out to CJ. Collins getting bogged down in their own zone to start this game. Bucky comes out with it, can't clear it. Another shot goes wide. Weston in the corner. Puck comes down. Collins trying to generate some offense and get out of their zone, but they have been unable to through the first minute plus of this game. Another shot on goal. That one comes right down into the crease on a goal. That one batted down. The shot went really high above the net and came down right into the crease, and a Wyoming player hit it home for a goal.
That was a weird bounce. That's a real weird bounce.
Yeah. So Collins starts out in a hole. I believe this is the first time this season that they do not have that they are behind in a game.
It's good for him.
James is right. It's good for him. Caleb up with it. Caleb comes down, shoots it. Nice opportunity for Caleb. Puck being batted at. So Caleb, who missed yesterday's game, he wasn't feeling well. He's back today. Nice that he's back. Caleb Hay. Ian and Keegan on defense. Caleb chasing. Wyoming reverses behind their own net. Held in by Ian Suaro. Goes right to Wyoming. Again held in by Merrick. Goes to Wyoming. Wyoming controlling it in their own zone. Pass up ice to the near side. That's sent all the way down to the far corner. Keegan digs it out. Sends it over. Merrick Bellis with it. Merrick tries to get it over to Kellen. Keegan with it again. Keegan getting a lot of ice time so far this game, and he goes off. Fresh bodies out there for Collins. Sasky, Colby Box out there, along with Dylan Heiss. That comes out to Bucky. Bucky puts it on net. Knocked down in front, dribbles towards the goalie. Nice play by Heiser. Heiser redirected that puck. Good aggressive play by Heiser. Heiser, Sasky, and Colby out there. Heiser's going to take the face-off. Won by Wyoming. Comes back to Bucky. Shoots it. So this looks good. Collins getting some offense here. I think they found their legs this morning. Took them a couple of minutes. Puck comes all the way down. The Wyoming player beats Tyler Buckle to the puck. Got a shot, but a nice save. That lead pass. Colby unable to handle it. A little bit behind him. Ty Morris sends it up towards Matt Junker. Matt sends it right into the goalie's glove. He moved right out in front. Ian's got it. Ian sends it in, but that wasn't on net. O'Leary. Wyoming sends it out. No icing. Waved off by the referee. Puck comes up to Ian. Ian up the board. And Kyler was a bit offsides as Collins brought it in. Isaac and Kyler, Matt Junker. That pass goes through Cole, but he gets it in. Wyoming behind their own net. They send it up. Ian keeps that in, but it comes out anyways. Sent up by Cole Leary. Collins on a change. Downey's got it. Gives it away. Wyoming with it. Skating up ice. Nice check by TJ. Jackson out there. Sent in by Cole. That puck was just on this side of the red line. Nobody touched it and went all the way down. That's an icing. Face off in the Collins zone. The Hayden Stoltz is right. Weston Nerby with a goal last night is going to take the face off. Won by Wyoming. Shot on goal. Blocked. CJ with it. CJ tries to clear. But gets out of the zone. Jackson with it. Jackson gets it in, but taken away by Wyoming. Nice job by Ty. CJ taken down. No call there. It looked like a trip away from the play. Offside. Collins has to tag up. That's sent all the way down. That's going to be icing. Barely. Looked like it could have touched somebody. We've got 3 referees in this game. Actually, a referee and 2 linesmen. It's uncommon for a game at this level, but nice. Merrick's going to take the face off. Won by Collins. Back to Keegan. Didn't get a lot on that shot attempt. Nice play by Ty Morris. Ty kept that Wyoming player from making much progress down the ice. That goes all the way through, no icing. The Wyoming player could have played that. So no icing there. Shot by, yes, goal. Helen shot that into the top left corner from really far out. He was from way downtown. That was number 38, Kellen.
Kellen
Riedlinger ties this game up. We are back in business. Beautiful shot. Seemed to kind of catch the Wyoming goalie off guard. Caught me off guard. And there is a perfect example of why you want to put the puck on net. So there was a big check by, I believe, Kellen, and it was kind of away from the play. I think the referees were thinking about calling a penalty, but fortunately for Collins, they didn't. We do not want to end up in the penalty box against this team. It seems like they have a pretty high-powered offense. Collins can't clear. Shot way wide. Kellen's got to keep his arms down, or we're going to get called on that. That's probably the 3rd time Kellen goes into the other team with a big elbow. Another thing that they'll call. I think Rhett may have a conversation with him. We do not want to put this team on the power play. Got blocked by Tyler Buckle. Got a stick on that and sent that shot attempt way up into the netting. So I'd say a key to this game, clean the passing up. I agree with you, James. And then also, let's stay out of the penalty box this game. We committed 4 minor penalties in the last game. I don't think we can afford to do that in this game. We don't want to spend a whole lot of time in the box. So 10:28 left in the first period. Nice check there by Sasky, and there's a great example of how to check legally with these new rules. Keep your stick on the ice and just lean into the player who has the puck, and you're not going to get called. But if you get those arms up, you get the elbows up, your stick is in the air as you go into the opposing player, that's going to result in a call. Wyoming coming down. Wow. Number 3 for Wyoming is a speedster. Colby Box's cousin. His last name is Box, too. 9:55 left in the first period, all tied up at 1. Nice save. So a shot from the point by Wyoming and a good save by Hayden Stoltz. Face off to Hayden's right. Buck through the crease, out of Bucky's reach, but he gets it anyways. Nice pass up to Kyler. Kyler's got, oh boy, he had Isaac Brownell streaking down, got it to Isaac beautifully, and Isaac shot it, and that almost paid dividends. Bucky with it, sends it down, a weird bounce, sent up towards Isaac. I feel like Collins is really doing a much better job than they did in the first couple of minutes of this game. This is a good Wyoming team. Lead pass to Yunker goes off his skate and to the Wyoming player. Wyoming into the neutral zone, brings it out. Play nicely broken up by Weston. That puck left. Oh boy. I got a feeling Wyoming is going to make us pay for any giveaways in our own zone like that. We have to really be careful in our own zone because Wyoming will capitalize on anything we've done quickly. This is a fast team. Cole and Ian on defense. Jackson's line out there. Jackson, Weston, and CJ. Jackson and CJ and Weston, all three of them with goals in yesterday's game. Wyoming keeps it in, sent down low. Wyoming corrals it. They have got really good passing, good spacing, good puck control, and almost another giveaway in our own zone. That sent up. Ian with it. Ian sends it in. Collins is going to skate off. All of them except Jackson. And he's got to get off because everyone else from his line is off the ice. And he skates over towards the bench. So 1-1 tie, 8:10 left in the first period of this game. Fort Collins against Team Wyoming. So maybe this is the best JV players from all of the state of Wyoming. I don't know much about them. Wyoming wins the faceoff. Comes into the corner. Caleb Hay doing battle against the boards. Stolen by Kellen. Kellen with the only Collins goal today. Keegan keeps it in. Comes to it. Merrick just couldn't reach that. Comes out of the zone. Cleaned up by Keegan. Keegan sends it down into the corner. Caleb Hay with speed trying to dig that out. Kellen and a Wyoming player. Shoulder to shoulder. Comes into the near corner. Wyoming breaks out. This is definitely one of the fastest teams we've played so far this season. They get into the zone in a hurry. Ty's pass intercepted by Wyoming. Keegan beaten to the puck by that Wyoming player. This game all knotted up at one. You get the feeling this is the biggest challenge this season so far for Collins. We'll see. Still have 6:55 left in the first period. It comes out to mid-ice. Collins on a change. Heiser comes out along with Sasky and Colby. Heiser chases it. Colby tries to keep it in. Puck goes into the zone. Colby chases. Wyoming comes out with it. Nice pass over to Colby Box. But the Wyoming player is right there to check him off the puck. Sasky, Colby Box. Big hit by Dylan. That's going to result in a penalty. That's what we do not need. So Dylan lined that player up. I knew they were going to call that. So number 20, Dylan Heiss, skates to the box.
No, it's a cross check, but you got away with it. Whatever, it happens.
Oh boy. So this is definitely going to be the biggest challenge of the game so far for Collins. Down a man to a team that looks really good from what I've seen so far. That shot, the referee blows the whistle. I think the net came off its moorings momentarily, and that's why he blew the whistle, but then it came back down and was in place. So 142 left in the penalty kill for Collins. 5:56 left in this man advantage for Wyoming. Offside, so puck barely came out of the zone. Wyoming couldn't touch it or be offsides. And that would have been an intentional offside with a face-off deep in their own zone, I believe. Puck right below us and over to the far side. Wyoming comes in with it. They keep it in. Shot high. Wyoming with it in the corner. Just over 1 minute left in this power play for Wyoming. They're setting it up. Puck comes right out to Wyoming defender. Wyoming controlling it, passing it, keeping it away from Collins, but Collins keeping them to the outside, which they need to do. Cole just watching that player closely. There's a shot. Good save by Hayden Stultz. Big kick save. Matt Yunker rubbed off the puck by big number 9 from Wyoming. Wyoming going to do a partial change here. They get one new player on the ice. Collins, this has been a long shift, and that's gloved down by Hayden. So we're going to get fresh skaters on the ice. Jackson comes out. Cole's skates got tied up with tie down to the ice. A little bit embarrassing. It's okay, Cole. Jackson out there with Ty, Bucky, and CJ. One by Wyoming. Doing a good job again of keeping the puck on the outside, but Wyoming is controlling it. Bucky digs it out. Nice job beating the Wyoming player to the puck, but they still control. CJ with it. CJ's got to shoot it out of the zone as soon as he touches it, but he cannot, and the penalty is over. But Wyoming still with it. Jackson right on that Wyoming player, but he gets around Jackson. Wyoming still with it. Shot and score. That Wyoming player just was dancing above the face-off circle and beat a couple Collins players and just shot it just inside the post, about knee level. That's a pretty tough one to defend. So 2-1, Team Wyoming ahead of Fort Collins. 3:56 left in the first period. They didn't score on the power play, Wyoming, but they did score right after the power play. There's a shot. There's a push into the boards. So Jackson sent into the boards. He comes out limping. Hopefully he's all right. He's had knee issues. And Collins is going to go on the power play.
You got a 2 and 10.
Boy, I hope Jackson's all right. 2 players for Wyoming sit down in the penalty box, indicating that player that checked Jackson has a 10-minute and a 2-minute. 2-minute minor, 10-minute major. Whew. I'm going to be watching Jackson closely to see if he comes out for his next shift. Collins wins the faceoff. Cole with it. Cole sends it over to Caleb. We need clean passing to keep control of this puck if we're going to be effective in this power play. Puck comes to Caleb. Over to Kellen. Collins just keeping it on that far side, unable to find any space. We need to quickly pass it around and bring it out. Cole has an opportunity to shoot. Cole, you'd like to see him take that, but he doesn't. He can't find a shooting lane. Gives it back to Caleb. So I hear somebody, I think that's Rhett, shouting from the bench, put it on goal, because Kellen was right out in front, ready to gobble up a rebound if one came to him. Kellen with it on the near side, reverses ice, comes around, puts it on net as his coach had asked him to. Comes to Cole. Cole tries to hold it in, but can't. And that's cleared by Wyoming. 2:26 left in this period. 48 seconds left on the power play, and Collins called for icing with the man advantage. Ouch. Whew. 2:23 left in the first period. Collins down 2-1 against Team Wyoming. Face off won by Collins. Tie up with it over to Colby. One of the two boxes in this game. Wyoming does a nice job of clearing it into the Collins zone. 30 seconds left in this man advantage. Wyoming just not letting Collins set up. Collins just some sloppy passing and some good aggressive play by Wyoming means that this power play is dwindling down without many opportunities. And Wyoming giving us all kinds of problems, but Keegan comes down the far side with speed. His teammates are on a chain, so he doesn't have much help. And Wyoming has killed this power play. And they send it up. Nice lead pass. 1:15 left in the first period. Collins tries to clear but can't. Wyoming shoots it. That goes up into the netting. So Wyoming just giving Collins all kinds of trouble in their own zone. Kyler's going to take this face off. He's got Matt Junker to his right. So Collins only had 4 players out there. Cole must have been asleep on the bench. He comes out late. Thank you, referee, for not letting that puck drop, and we're down a man. Cole sends it over to Bucky. Bucky up to Matt Junker. Matt tries to get around a player but can't. Buck on the far boards, comes up to Wyoming. Wyoming coming down the far side. Nice play by Tyler Buckle to keep that player from getting into the zone. Buck in the neutral zone. Isaac Brownell can't get that one. Buck comes under the Cole. Cole goes D to D. Back to Cole. Isaac asking for it. Cole puts it right on his stick. And that's offside. Not sure who was off. Maybe CJ, not sure. Just under 30 seconds left in the first period. Collins down 2-1. First time this season playing from behind. Weston's going to take the face off. CJ to his left, Jackson to his right. Jackson is out there. Huge relief for his dad. He must be okay. Big collision there behind the net. CJ gets up. CJ not afraid to throw the body around. Nice defense by that combo of Keegan and Ty. Weston up the far boards. And there is the buzzer to end the first period. So I think we're going to stay right here. There's Zam in the ice after every 2 periods, and we started this game with a clean sheet, so we're staying right here. You know what? I take that back. I think actually they're zamming the ice before each game, so we start with a clean sheet of ice. And then the first whistle after we cross the halfway point of the second period, they'll send the players to the locker room and the Zamboni man will come out and do his thing.
It's probably the worst start I've seen.
It's a good team, though.
Well, it is, but 2 hours.
Oh, this team?
They're just sloppy.
Is this their first game? Oh, wait. Our team has had 2 hours of practice together. This team, the Wyoming team, and it's their first game. Well, they should have played yesterday.
I don't know, but that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
They got to clean some stuff up.
Yeah.
These little rinky-dink drop passes with nothing on them. You got lucky with a couple of them.
Brett's got a lot to say.
You got to be a little bit more aggressive too. That's how they scored that second goal. I mean, he wasn't really being challenged.
So, Jay, a little bit on what we see. Both of us agree Collins has got to clean up their game if they're going to come out on top in this one, because this is a really good team from Wyoming. And it's called Team Wyoming, so I'm wondering if this is just like all of Wyoming. Could be some big players on this Wyoming team. It's a big state. They got big players. They got big trucks. They got big county fairs and big heifers. Lots of big things in Wyoming. Referee blows the whistle, asking the respective coaches to end their lectures and send their players out to the ice. So Collins, this period, is going to be moving from right to left. We're going to start with Jackson and CJ. Hayden continues in the net. Weston Nerby out there. CJ gives Jackson a little pat on the rear with his stick, trying to encourage his teammate. We don't have any defensemen out there to start this game, this period, I mean. And Cole decides to come out along with Bucky. I'm sure Wyoming wouldn't mind starting 5-on-3. So 17-minute period. Once again, Collins down 2-1. 2 Collins players down. There's a big missed check by Weston. Collins comes up the ice. They've got speed. They dig it out of the corner themselves, put it right out in front. But that's kept away by Cole, buck in the corner. So we started out on pretty shaky ground in the first period. Let's see if we can do a better job at the start of the second period. Cole's got it. Cole pitchforks it to his teammate, and Bucky sends it up, and that's out of the reach of CJ, I believe that was, and it goes all the way down, but no icing because the puck was slowed down on this ice that hasn't been jammed in a period. Keegan with it, intercepted by number 3 from Wyoming, who has one of their 2 goals. Wyoming shoots it, that went off. I think that hit iron. I'm not sure where. Maybe that right post. Wyoming is dangerous. They shoot quick. So we get some new forwards out there. Sasky and Colby and Dylan Icer out there. Ian on defense. Shot and a goal. Wow. That was, talk about an unstoppable shot. I think that was bar down. Yeah, not much Hayden could do about that one. Wyoming won the faceoff, and that player standing in the faceoff circle just took care of business right away. Shot it, hard wrist shot, and we are down 3-1 now. So this is definitely a character building game. I'm not sure what the outcome is going to be, but any weaknesses Collins has are being exploited in this game. And we're going to know where we need to clean up our game, regardless of the outcome. Cole sends it on net. That's wide. Buck down the near boards. Cole goes down. Feet taken out from under him by that Wyoming player. Dribbled down to Hayden. The referees did not blow the whistle for an eternity. That lead pass, someone tried to hit Kyler, and is that what happened?
Yeah.
So I did not see that, but Hayden Stoltz covered the puck. He wanted a whistle, and he was told by the referee, James, that he needed to play it because there weren't any Wyoming players near him, but I'm not sure that you can do that. I mean, the referees have the right to tell a goalie to play the puck. I mean, if he wants to cover it, I guess they could call delay of game if he's covering the puck and doesn't need to. I don't know. Jay, if you're listening, tell us what the rules are on that. CJ, Wyoming wins another faceoff. They come out with it, put it on net, behind Weston and Ty. CJ clears it. CJ comes down. He's got Jackson in the middle. Jackson's on the puck. Jackson chasing. But Wyoming able to break out. But Wyoming has excellent spacing, and they break out of their own zone really effectively. Except for right there. Okay, so a bit of a payback, I guess. The referee told the Wyoming player to pull the puck. Big save by Hayden Stoltz. That was a really good save. Jackson with it. Jackson out to mid-ice, gives it to his teammate. That's sent back to Jackson. Jackson flips it down for Caleb Hay. Caleb in the corner, helped out by Bucky, I believe. Sorry, that was, I meant to say Merrick. So Merrick on the ice as well as Kellen and Caleb Hay right below us here. So parents here next to me having a discussion about whether the referee can do that or not. Tell the goalie that he's got to uncover the puck when he's got it covered and he wants a whistle. They've done that twice in this game so far, once to Collins and once to Wyoming. Lead pass up ice, intercepted by Wyoming, but sent in anyways by Caleb Hay. Merrick Bellis digging for the puck. Puck sent right towards the referee's head, and he has to duck to avoid that one. Nice play by Kellen to stop that Wyoming player from entering the zone. That was a clean check. Kellen's just got to keep his arms down and stick on the ice, and that's clean. Wyoming coming out with it. It's around Heiser. Sasky with it. Sends it back to his D-man. Bucky comes out with it. Tyler Buckle activating all the way into the zone. Pushes the Wyoming player off the puck, or tries to, but he stays with it. Buck comes up to a TD, and here's a breakaway. And number 88 came down the near side and sent that one just inside that left post. Sorry, right post. Oh boy. So Collins in a hole now. They are down 4-1 with 12:34 left in the second period.
Keep shooting, Collins!
A position Fort Collins has not been in this season. Down by 3 goals now. Wyoming, their shot selection is just impeccable. Just really good hard shots that Hayden has to make a great save on, or just can't make a save because it's too well placed. Up in the near corner, Keegan up against the boards, along with Matt Junker. That's going to be a penalty hit from behind by Wyoming, number 88, I believe. I think he's the one that scored that last goal. Got a big A on his jersey. The referee explaining to him what he did wrong. Came from behind and hit, I believe, Matt Junker. Matt is okay. and we are going on the power play. We really need a goal here to get back into this game and give our boys a little bit of a boost and some confidence. So we'll see. Our power play has been great so far this season overall. Can't say I thought much of it on our first power play this game. And that clear attempt goes into the Collins bench. Phoenix with it, tosses it to the referee, or the linesman, I should say, and that, because it went out of play and Wyoming hit it out of play, that face-off is going to come all the way down into the Wyoming zone. Tyler going to take the face-off. Matt kind of like interfered with and steered from behind. No call there. See if Collins can get more pucks on the net. They need to shoot it, and that is shot. So Kyler pushed out of the crease by the Wyoming player, took exception to that, and the referee right there telling them, keep your sticks down, boys. Keep your heads, which they do. Cole and Keegan out there on this power play. I think I understand what Rhett's trying to do here. Two players with really nice wrist shots. That, oh boy, see, that's the kind of passing Collins needs to clean up. We attempted to go D to D and just out of the reach of our defensemen, and that resulted in an excellent opportunity. Another errant pass by Collins. Collins' passing is just disjointed right now. They are putting it behind their intended targets or in front of them. Oh man, Cole sent down to the ice hard, a big elbow. Cole's pointing to his face mask, saying he got his elbow right in my face, and the referee agrees with him. Wyoming has 3 players now in the penalty box, one serving the 10-minute penalty that we're on the power play for, another serving the 2 minutes for that player, and now another player goes into the box. So we're going to have 1 minute of a 5-on-3. We could really use a goal here. Face off, puck dropped, but the referee blows his whistle immediately. Not sure what happened. No one's getting kicked out of the face-off circle. Maybe Weston was in the face-off circle and he gets out. So that puck knocked down. So that player for Wyoming had the puck behind his own net. No Collins players were going back to challenge him. And so he was content just to go back and forth. And you heard Rhett say, "Go, Bugsy." And so Jackson immediately skated back behind and challenged that player. But Collins, just seemingly not knowing how to play 5-on-3 hockey. They haven't had a lot of opportunities to do it. Another errant pass. With 5-on-3, you should be able to control the puck. And here's an opportunity and almost a goal by Wyoming. Short-handed, 2 men. Oh boy. Collins just looking really out of sorts. Going to get an odd man rush on a 5-on-3. Oh my gosh. I'm going to give credit to Wyoming. Playing well. The 5-on-3 is over. We're skating 5-on-4 for the next 42 seconds. Cleared. Tried to be cleared. Wyoming coming down again, looking for more short-handed. They're going to get an opportunity here. High off the glass. Collins bogged down in their own zone, even though they're on the power play. Wyoming just playing keep away. And that puck sent on net, and Hayden's got to glove it for a whistle. So 19 seconds left on this man advantage. 9:25 left in the second period. Collins down to Team Wyoming 4-1. Collins wins the faceoff. Taken by Dylan. Intercepted by Team Wyoming and sent all the way down that should do it for this power play for Collins, where they had a 5-on-3 advantage, but in all the opportunities during that set of power play opportunities, Team Wyoming definitely got more opportunities. And Wyoming's going off again. There was a check against the boards on Sasky.
Oh, he took the stick and hit it from the fence.
So Sasky lost his stick and the Wyoming player kicked it away from Sasky. So is that unsportsmanlike?
No, it's interference.
Interference. Okay, so that's an interference call. So another opportunity here. So Sasky lost his stick. I didn't see it. James is telling me what happened. Sasky lost his stick. Stick was on the ice, and the Wyoming player kicked Sasky's stick away from him, so he couldn't pick it up quickly. And that's not allowed. Bucky with it. Bucky shoots. That's blocked. A glove attempt by the goalie, and then picked up by Wyoming and sent all the way down. A minute and a half left in this power play. So Collins, they are getting some offense here on this power play, looking a little better than the last one. I take that back. Collins just needs really good, crisp passing and catches if they're going to set up in the zone. Nice play by Cole all the way down. Cole sends it towards the net, and it goes up into the netting, blocked by the stick of that Team Wyoming player. So Younger, Isaac, Brownell, and Kyler, I think some of them are going to skate to the bench. Yeah, so Rhett's sending out Colby Box. Okay, all right. So with 8:01 left in the second period, the referees tell both teams to go to their locker room so we can get the Zamboni out here and get some clean ice. So Collins down 4-1 halfway through this game. And when we return, we'll have 1 minute and 3 seconds left on this power play. So the lone goal for Collins scored by number 38, Kellen Riedlinger, and one penalty against Collins. That was against Dylan Heiss, number 20. So we'll stay right here as the Zamboni cleans the ice.
I did not see that happen.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Matt? Here. Well, anybody else besides Matt?
The varsity goalie is
So should we make a on the spot?
It's like Mexican, but it's all over here. Me and Toya and patio, they have to make these chairs that come over the patio. They do patio that.
Oh, we've been there before.
Yeah,
In Jackson. Wasn't it 4 years ago? We went there.
it's really good. It's called Sunday. So
Yeah.
when you come up to the
They
lake,
have like games and stuff on that back patio. Yeah, let's go there. You want other people to join you?
and be like someone, you catch it every time, and if you don't know,
Platte River Brewery.
Yeah, Platte River. Still must be brewery. I think it's this year.
Maybe send something like team staff. We'll go. Want to go to the Platte River Bar and Grill after the game?
How are you going to this other joint?
Well, I mean the Shake Shack. That sounds like a better place to like relax and stay a while. We've been there before. When Jackson was a second year Pete, we went there with the team. I remember being there with the Brownells, the Cronin.
Like to be a fly in the wall locker room right now. Well, they're not playing their way. They're playing very intimidating.
Yeah. Well, and they got good reason to be intimidated because this is a really good team. They just have to get over it. Be like, hey,
Get used to it because guess what? You're going to play more teams like this.
yep. Well, we're playing Christian Valor tomorrow. They're going to be really good. Valor is a great team.
I know the varsity's nuts. I don't know anything about this.
They were the team that played right before
Valor
us.
and Fort Collins, not last year, but the year before, they were the top two in the final. That was when Sam Simon stopped like 90 pucks and we went team period to hockey.
Yeah.
And then we lost. And then the next year we lost.
At the Pepsi Center.
Yeah,
I was at that game.
2 years running we lost to them, and then last year we came in.
You remember Soxy dancing and they put him on the big screen at the Pepsi Center? Soxy was dancing, he had a wig on, he had like...
Was it his real hair or was it a wig?
No, it
Because sometimes his
oh,
hair
maybe it
looks
was.
like
It was a skull ball.
But
He was
yeah,
cracking everybody up.
I didn't watch that one because we were going to have vacation. But then the next year we were on Thursday and we were watching it on. So we were invited over, we were watching it on Marathon or and I did that. And it was like a first game, but then I won 0-0 for 5 overtime. The kids were cooking in the garbage can by the second overtime. I was happy. But it's Valor. Valor is the one. But not because we had a good game today. So we should be hurdles and so we're college and the top of Valor. We call that up. And
He was on the ice next to that kid who that season when it would all go on all day. And even said, "Hi, she tell you about his lung?" And she goes, "Yeah, that bit caused a brain injury and punctured his lung." I was like, "That res player shouldn't be playing anymore." At least for the season.
What do you think of the decision to make like district-wide? You don't like that
Yeah,
idea?
let's get you started.
James wants you to start. I'm kind of neutral. Katie doesn't want you to start, so...
This is the
I think that we should have had. I found out our guy.
funny when it goes through this and he goes, "Dude, this is you."
But if
You get ready to say some shit.
works. That's why we don't understand.
Text that to me.
They didn't
I want to get that one.
So lacrosse,
I got some people to send that to.
yeah.
My buddy said, he said it, he goes, "Dude, this is all you. You have some of the most ill-timed comments." Yeah, I know.
You don't have any on-deck circles for your thoughts. Praise to Valley.
You know, sometimes I need to think, but a lot of times I don't.
That's what Nicole was just saying. When that player for Team Wyoming kicked the Sassy stick, she was like, and she actually said it.
Yeah, I should say that. Well, I'm glad that they haven't seen Hall before.
Yeah.
That
It
one
goes
guy,
both ways.
he's freaking talking to him though. He's like, he goes, keep doing it, keep do it again. That's what he's saying.
I like refs that give little lectures to the kids. You know, they're only kids. They
What if you
need to
throw
know
a
what's up.
penalty at them and explain why they're getting it? That helps them learn not to try to do it again.
I like how Brett said his piece. And I'm out of here. I'm leaving you guys in the locker room. Talk amongst yourselves. Figure this out. Yeah.
Unbelievable. These boys better come out of that locker room ready to play. Quit playing timid.
Yeah, and it's halfway through the game. They've got 4 goals against us. Before this game, we had 4 goals through 7 games.
But here's the thing. They gotta play their style. They gotta get back to playing the way they can play. They're playing nervous. They've never been pressured like this. They've never had anybody in their face. They've never hadn't played anybody yet that's as physical as them. They just need to come out and play.
So, yeah. Team Wyoming has scored almost as many goals through half a game, through a period and a half, that were scored on us through 7 games.
You know it's because of
7
what?
games of the season.
It's because you jinxed us, Tom.
I did?
Yeah, you jinxed us. You jinxed it.
You gotta be able to talk about the record. It's games, it's during the game. Ask Nicole, she's an expert in it. Her
Talk about
son's
the
a goalie.
goalie. We
Her
talk about
son's
the
a goalie,
goalie.
she knows. We're talking about jinxing games. You don't jinx a game after the game. Right? You can say anything you want.
And I said, I think I'm right to go to our way. And even
Who did you ask?
remember we had this conversation the other day, I asked Phoenix and they both agreed with me.
Thank you.
Because he was like,
Just don't even
You're
think
wrong.
about it. We don't even have this discussion right now.
thank you.
Wait, no discussion. That's what it has to be.
No, we're talking about the idea of jinxing. We're not talking about this game here. But so we're not talking about this game during this game. But after this game, we can say anything we want about this game.
You jinxed it. That's my story, and I'm sticking with it.
I don't want to be blamed for this,
We're not
James.
even going to talk about it.
Yeah. And I got the lines, except when someone's home. I mean, someone's gone. Yeah, I can text it to you. I think copies for all of you. So I have copies, but just enough for this week.
Remember we had them before.
We did, and I was going to make one this week, but it's just been,
Yeah.
maybe it'll be better.
The other one,
That's cool.
I don't really need it so much anymore.
I
I needed
used to
it.
have a laminator, and I sold it because it was a hot laminator. I'd rather have a cold laminator because you can spend the 17 hot laminators and sold. And cold laminators are kind of easier, and they won't.
All right, so here we are back at the Ice Ranch in Superior, Colorado. Sorry, not Superior. That was last weekend. We are in Littleton, Colorado. Our boys are ready to hit the ice as soon as the referees get the goals set and tell us we can come out. And there's our esteemed coach, Brett Gordon. I'm sure he said his piece in the locker room because Collins is in the position that they've never been in so far this season of being down in a game. And as you can see from the scoreboard, they are down 4-1 halfway through this game. This Team Wyoming team has scored 4 goals on us so far this game. Almost as many goals as were scored on this Collins team through the first 7 games of the season. Collins had only allowed 3 goals through the first 6 games of the season, winning that tournament last weekend in Superior. And then 2 goals were scored on us yesterday in the 5-2 win against West Elk, that Gunnison team. So a very different game we are seeing here against this really good, fast, hard-hitting team from Wyoming. So we're going to see what we can do with the rest of this period. We've got 8:01 left in the second period. We just cleaned the ice. Fresh ice is always good when you're on the power play. Faster passes, easier catches. 103 left in the penalty for that Wyoming player. The referee calls the players out onto the ice. And here they come. So James and I were having a discussion about jinxing etiquette, and goalies and the parents of goalies are experts in that. And so if a goalie has a shutout, you do not say anything about it until after the game, or sometimes later. Sometime later, James is arguing.
We weren't talking about goalies though. We were talking about the game.
But yeah, there's a thing in hockey where if a goalie's doing really well, you do not say anything about it for fear of jinxing them, especially if a goalie has a shutout, which neither of these goalies have, so we can talk about it. So telling Riedlinger with the only goal so far this game for Collins. One penalty handed out to a Collins player, that one to Dylan Ice. Collins is going to move from left to right now. Sorry, no, right to left. This isn't between periods. This is actually just a break in the second period. And face off deep in the Wyoming zone. Tyler's going to take it. 1 minute and 3 seconds left on this power play. Won by Wyoming and sent all the way down into the Collins zone. Keegan sends it up to his key partner. That pass is in his skates, and Ty can't handle it. That's the kind of passing that Collins really needs to clean up. Puck sent way up ice by Ty, and it's just taken away by Team Wyoming off the boards, and that's offsides. Nice to see a female referee out there with these boys. More and more women participating in hockey, especially in Colorado. There are lots of girls teams and lots of girls playing with boys. CJ with it. Nice entry into the zone. CJ drops it for Ian. Ian shoots it. That's going to be cleared by Wyoming. So 10 seconds left on this power play. If Collins hurries, they might be able to set it up again. Oh boy. And that's going to be icing on the power play. Whew. Not the start we were looking for, but it's the start we've got. After a break in the middle of the second period, 6:59 left in the second period. Collins down 4-1 to Team Wyoming. This is the second game of the Twisted Wrister tournament for Collins. They won their first game last night against West Elk, 5-2. Puck picked up by Bucky. Collins clears his own. Jackson coming down the far side. Tries to dump it in. Does. Jackson's giving chase. Puck wrapped around the boards, but no one there. Caleb and Merrick digging it out. Caleb leans into a Wyoming player. Merrick, Wyoming, into the Collins zone. Cole intercepts that. Cole keeps the Wyoming players from getting that in and sent all the way down by Collins for an icing. So we're hoping that whatever Rhett said in that intermission sinks in, gives Collins a chance to dig themselves out of a 3-goal deficit. You already got a lot of game left to play. Keegan checks the Wyoming player against the boards. Cole darting in front of the net. Merrick chasing. Cole chasing now. Wyoming player just having his way, getting around to everyone. Sends it down. That one wide. Cole's going to ice this one. So Collins just being bogged down in our own zone, and then when we get possession of the puck, we ice it. So not a great beginning to the second half of this game. See if we can generate some offense. Heiser with his line mates. Puck sent in deep. Ian tries to get to it, can't. Heiser in the far corner. Heiser checks that player against the boards. Collins needs to get out of their zone. Wyoming just having their way with us right now. Shot on goal. Heiser sends it around the boards in Colby Box's direction. Colby can't clear that. Collins finally gets out. Nice play by Colby Box. Heiser sends it down. That's going to allow us to get a change. Battle on the far boards right in front of the Collins bench. Taken away by Ian Suaro. Hit up by Ty Morris. Back to Ty. Ty's got it. Gets off his stick. Ty's got it again. Gets it down to Matt. Junker comes around to Isaac Brownell. Cole shoots it. Blocked. Matt Junker. Nice shot by Cole. Right into the midsection of that Team Wyoming goalie, though. And he covers it up. So that's a little good spark there. I like what I see the last 30 seconds or so. 4:01 left in the second period. Kellen Riedlinger with the only Collins goal so far today. Realized at that break that one Collins player is missing today, number 51, Matt Chambers. We have a defenseman out. That's why some of the D pairs have been a little mixed up. Puck right on the doorstep. Almost hit home by Collins. Wow. Some good opportunities there created by Collins. Feel like they're getting a little pep in their step here. Bucky sends it over to Cole. Up to Isaac Brownell. Back to Cole. Cole over to Bucky. Gets away from Bucky. Weston up the near boards. Puck right underneath us. Cross to the other side. Jackson on the ice with CJ. And Weston Nerby. Bucky does battle against the near boards. Backhanded up CJ's direction. He can't get to it. Wyoming with it. Nice block by Cole Leary. That puck up and out. Not enough for icing. Nice play there. Jackson chasing. Jackson around the board. Good speed by Jackson. But Wyoming able to clear it quickly. Good defense there by Keegan. Puck sent right out in front. Merrick sends it into Caleb Hayes' direction, just out of Caleb's reach and just wide of the goal. Icing. 2:27 left in the second period. There'll be a short break after the second period ends. Just enough time for the coaches to talk briefly to their players. They're not going to zam the ice, so no long intermission there. Puck comes back to Ty Morris. Ty around the boards. Kellen's direction picked up by Caleb Hay. Caleb down that far side. He's got Kyler. Good save by the Wyoming goalie, and really a nice shot by Caleb and good speed too. Good defense there by Keegan. And a save by Hayden Stoltz. Easy save for him. Face off to Hayden's left. Merrick Bellis is going to take the face off along with, we've got Caleb out there and Bucky and Kellen. Puck comes off. Kellen tries to bank that puck to his teammates, but misses it. Bucky's got it. Skates around. Taken away by, gets it up to Caleb Hay. Offsides. Offsides on Wyoming. See if that's going to be intentional. The referees are talking about it. If it's intentional, it comes all the way down into their zone. If not, it stays just outside the blue line, and that's what it's going to be. Heiser's going to take the face off. He's got Cole and Keegan behind him. Puck right underneath us. Number 88 comes out with it. He's got a goal. Shot. I hit the side of the net. Kellen sends it all the way down. That's tipped. That will not be icing. Colby Box digging for it. Reaches. Wyoming maintains possession, but Heiser gets it. And then it goes to the other box who plays for Wyoming. She's in with speed around Cole, but Cole manages to get a piece of the puck and steer it into the corner. Wyoming comes out with it. Nice stick by Sasky to steer that one aside. Comes up to Wyoming. Hit by Sasky. Wyoming keeps it in. Shot. That blocked by Hayden. Nice job there. Puck goes up and out of play. Linesman needs a new puck from the scorer's table. Phoenix's dad throws him one. Those pucks are kept in a freezer, right? Back there? They're refrigerated? No, I guess not. In the NHL they are. Tyler on the face-off. Ian sends it up ice. That's going to get out of the zone. Isaac Brownell chasing. Matt Junker gets a piece of that pass. Stays in the Wyoming zone. Wyoming. Matt Junker on the puck. Along with Tyler. Wyoming with possession. Nicely held in by Ian Suaro. And then it comes to Ty. Ty was out of the zone, though. Ty kicks it to himself up to Matt Junker. Matt, if he worries he's going to have an opportunity, sends it over to Tyler. Puck bouncing around. Ian Suaro loses the stick. We've got to get back. And saved by the bell. Or number 88, who's already scored at least one of the Team Wyoming goals, would have had a nice opportunity as he was streaking down that far side. All right, so we're going to have a quick break here. Just enough time.
It would have been nice if we sunk it at that. I thought we were going to get it. When I saw it come loose, I thought for sure we were going to sink it. like Isaac on the game-winning game, or that game-winning goal in that overtime. What was it, 10 or 15 seconds in, he shot it? That'd be nice. Start off and then give us some confidence back. We don't have confidence. Well, that was better. Huh? No, he put it out fast.
Eric Johnson's taking the cup to Family Sports Arena.
Oh, cool.
He's got it all buckled.
That's cool they get to do that. Just wish it wasn't Colorado. That was rough.
All right. So here we go with the start of the third period. Jackson, Weston, Nerby, and CJ out there. Our defensemen finally make it onto the ice. Keegan gains the red line and sends it deep. Jackson digging along with Weston. Jackson's going to get to it. Wyoming takes control. Big hit by Caleb Hay. That puck sent down, steered aside by the goalie for this team, Wyoming team. Puck sent up and out all the way down the ice. Not going to be enough for icing because the team Wyoming player beat us to it. Merrick Bellis with it. Merrick, stick lifted, taken away from behind. Wyoming's got it. Wyoming down that side. Kellen gets that elbow up again. No call. I think we're lucky there. Comes down to Keegan. Keegan sends it up and all the way down. Icing. The one goal in this period scored by number 38, Fort Collins, Kellen Riedlinger. 16 minutes left in this game. Collins losing 4-1. The score stays like this, it will be Fort Collins' first loss of the season. Hope that doesn't happen. See what we can do with our time here. Brett Gordon had another opportunity to talk to his boys at that quick break between periods. Buck on the near side comes out to Bucky. Bucky didn't get all that pass. Tried to get it over to Sasky, but didn't do it. Taken by Team Wyoming. Heiser goes for a check, misses it, perhaps fortuitously, because that looked like the kind of a thing that we've been called on before. With these new rules, players cannot just go and take a run at a player and just go for the check. They have to be playing the puck. Not that they can't check. And there's a goal. That one was pitched in front of Hayden. Nothing we can do about that. And they went bar down. 5-1. Team Wyoming on top.
Shooting Collins!
Tyler, Isaac Brownell, and Matt Junker on the ice for Fort Collins. Ian Suaro, Ty Morris. Defense. Wyoming comes out with it. They send it all the way down. Ian's going to dig it out in the corner. Gets it over to Tyler. Tyler sends it up to Junker. Junker nicely off the boards up to Isaac Brownell. But that Wyoming defender right there, that was a really nice setup. I'd like to see more of that. Junker digs out the puck. Nice play there. Tried to keep it in. Wyoming's going to have an odd man rush. Only Ian Smartle's back. Shot off the post. rang iron. Here comes Big Ty Morris down the ice. He's got it. He's going to have an opportunity. Shoots it and scores. Beautiful play by Ty. Came down that near side with speed and picked that top corner and put it in. That hit iron too.
Keep shooting, Colin!
Wow. There's an example of a defenseman activating and just taking control offensively. Ty is an amazing defender, but I can see he's got some serious offensive skills as well. We haven't seen a lot of that from him. I don't know how many goals he has this season, but not more than one or two. And he just sunk that one. Beautiful play. He had two Team Wyoming players on him when he shot that puck, avoided them both, and beat the goalie. Just a beautiful play. For 5-2, see if we can get another one and get going here. Jackson stops at the blue line so he's not offside, but it's sent to the Coles direction, in the Collins zone. That pass gets past Keegan and past CJ. To come up with it towards Jackson. Jackson gets a piece of that, steered aside, taken away by Wyoming. Now taken away by Ian Suaro in the zone. Puck wrapped around. Jackson tries to get that one, but can't. Nice interception there by Ian Suaro. Ian dumps it in. It's offside, so we got to tag up. Wyoming with speed into the zone. Near corner. Merrick Bellis battling for the puck along with Ian Suaro. Gets it out to Bucky. Bucky sends it up ice. Held in by Wyoming, barely. Bucky with it again. Bucky sends it up. And taken away by Wyoming. We've got to get back. Wow. Fort Collins dodged a bullet there because that cross pass, though, a Team Wyoming player didn't handle the puck cleanly. If he had, he would have had an open look at the net because Hayden had to slide over and guard the shot of the player who had the puck. Collins fortunate right there. Saski and Heiser and Colby Box and Kellen and Ty. 11:55 left in this game. Collins down 5-2. In the far corner, Keegan chasing it. There's a goal. Wyoming just does not give up. They bat the puck around and create opportunities for themselves. And that bouncing puck, a couple of Collins players had a chance to clear it, but they couldn't get their stick cleanly on the puck. And that rebound just sent home. 6-2 is the score now. So quite a hole that Collins has to dig themselves out of right now. A 4-goal deficit with just over 11 minutes to play. And now the clock's going to start running. So when the referee blows the whistle, there's a stoppage in play, but clock's going to run because there's a 4-goal deficit in this game, a bit of a mercy rule. We'd like to see Collins finish strong, whether or not they come out victorious in this game. They need to keep trying, not let themselves get down. Wyoming with it. They've got a 2-on-1 here. Nice save by Hayden. Cole was the only one back to Collins. Tucked right into the slot. Cole gets that one. Gains the red line and sends it in. And a wholesale change now for Collins. CJ with it. CJ sends it down. Not sure who that was to. He didn't gain the red line either. So if it had gone through, it would have been icing. Held in by Ty. CJ's got it. CJ shoots. Not a super hard shot. CJ went down to the ice, but he's all right. That was a good shot, but not all that CJ can do. CJ's got a nice, hard wrist shot, and I'm sure he didn't want to put it right into the belly of the big Wyoming goalie. Because CJ is a sniper when he picks a corner. Bucky sends it over to CJ, taken by Team Wyoming. Jackson sends it up and out. Wyoming's got a tag up, but we take it, puck anyways, into the zone. Ty passes it to himself. Ty with that second goal for Collins. Jackson and Ty comes out to Jackson. Jackson puts it on net. Glove. I like that play by Jackson. He goes off the ice. It could have been a high stick. Merrick's stick got knocked out of his hands by the Wyoming player, and that player got his stick up. Keegan with it. Keegan's shot blocked by Wyoming, partially blocked. Wyoming sends it in. Keegan first one there. Comes back to Cole Leary. Cole reverses ice. Sends it over to his teammate. Keegan didn't get all of that. Puck comes out. Hayden looking around for the puck. I think it's caught up in his equipment, somewhere in his leg padding, and it dribbles out. Ian Suaro and Bucky come out. Dylan Heiss was gonna take the face off. He's immediately sent out of the circle for some reason. Not sure why. Dylan collides with a Wyoming player. No call. Puck over to Bucky. Sorry, Ian Suaro. Ian sends it behind the net. Taken by Ian Suaro. Ian with it. Glove down by the Wyoming netminder. 6:45 and running left in this game. Third period. Collins down 6-2 to this Wyoming team. Colby sends it back to Ian. Gets past him. We've got to get back in a hurry. Nice save by Hayden Stoltz. Beautiful glove save. He had to reach down for that one. 6:10 and counting left in this game. Kaiser is going to get the face off. Hopefully he's not kicked out of this one. He's not. Puck comes to Sasky. Sasky off the board towards Heiser. Heiser sends it down. Sasky's going to dig it out. That's icing. You don't want to see that. Collins just sent the puck down and iced it when it just didn't seem like they needed to. Another pass or two or a little more skating with the puck, and the faceoff wouldn't be deep in their own zone again. Puck sent behind the net. Wyoming there first. Nice defensive work by Keegan, just using his big body to keep that player from the puck, and all of it clean. Oh, big kick save by Hayden. I don't know how Hayden saw that because there was so much traffic in front of him. Nice active stick by, here's that Colby Box. Colby just reached his stick out and got it into the lane and kept Wyoming from completing that pass. Wyoming across. Good play by Hayden. Keep that puck behind him. One thing I've seen Wyoming do a couple times is they shoot that puck towards the goalie, purposely missing the net so that the rebound comes out in front of the goal. That's more of a pro move. You see that happen a lot at the NHL level. You don't see a lot of these players doing it, but I've seen them do that intentionally a couple times this game. Cole. That's going to be a penalty on Tyler. He cross-checks the Wyoming player well away from the puck. We've got to keep our heads. That was not smart. So it looks like a bit of a retaliation by Kyler because maybe the referees missed a call against Wyoming. I'm not sure. But you don't want to do that. I mean, it's 4 minutes left in the game. And there we got the clock running again. So we're going to spend most of the rest of this game on the penalty kill. Jackson out there. Jackson and CJ are our forwards. Keegan and Bucky. Bucky doing battle in that board on the corner, near corner, with the Wyoming player. Nice physical play by Tyler Buckle, but it comes out to Wyoming. Almost a rebound put home by Wyoming there. Bucky behind the net again. Sends the player down to the ice. No call. Nice physical play by Tyler. That puck sent right in front. And there's a cover-up. Keegan throws his arms around his goaltender saying thank you because that was a series of really good saves by Hayden Stoltz. And Hayden reciprocates by throwing his arms around big number 40. 2:42 and running left in this game. 54 seconds left on the penalty kill for Collins. I'm not sure why they're kicking players out of the face-off circle before we even have a face-off attempt, but that's happened a bunch of times this game. Do you have any idea why that's happening, James? Hayden called on again to make a nice save and squeeze the puck out of the zone. We clear this one. Yes, we can. Puck behind Ty Morris. Finally, we can clear that one. Good play by Weston Nerby. And Collins just trying to escape this game and get out, hopefully, without any injuries, so we can be fresh for this evening's game. Fresh skaters out there for Collins. 1:38 left in this game. Collins down 6-2. This is going to be the first defeat of the season for Collins. Keegan sends it up. That's just par for the game. Puck comes off Sasky's stick and goes right to Wyoming. Wyoming player got right around first Merrick and then Cole and had a shot attempt there. That one goes all the way down. This is going to be good enough for an icing. 1:03 and counting left in this game. Hope the referees take a long time to get the puck down there. So Collins is now going to be 7-1 on the season and 1-1 in this Twisted Sister tournament. I keep wanting to say Twisted Sister tournament. I guess it's supposed to be a play on the Twisted Sister band. We're not going to take it. That was their big song, right, James? Twisted Sister. Here comes Heiser with a nice shot. That one almost went in. That would have been a nice game-ending goal for us. Referees keeping a close watch on these players, making sure they don't get chippy towards the end. 9 seconds left and counting in this game. Puck comes to Bucky, and he just slams it against the boards. And this game is in the books. So Collins drops their first game of the season, 6-2 against a really good Team Wyoming team. Goals in this game for Kellen Riedlinger and Ty Morris. Both of them really good goals, especially Ty's goal coming down that near side and picking a corner and beating not only the goalie but 2 Wyoming defenders. Penalties to Kyler Moinister and Dylan Heiss in this game. So the next game will be at 6:45 tonight. And we, as long as the Wi-Fi is still around, we'll be back to stream the game. All right, until tonight, over and out.